the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us.
I'm First Lieutenant Travis Kopp, and today I'm going to be talking about the green to gold path and how you can earn your commission.
I'm Captain Evan Dacey, and today I'm going to be talking about the Officer Candidate School program to earn your commission.
Take us back to the decision. What made you choose your commissioning path over the others? And did you even know the other options existed at the time? Lieutenant Kopp.
So I guess to kind of answer the second part of your question first, I would say that I did know. So I knew about the OCS route ahead of time. I didn't know about the ROTC section of it, which I can talk about that a little bit later. But I did know that you could commission before you join the Army, because that was originally my thought. And then I decided I want to experience the enlisted side first. So that's originally where my mentality was I wanted to get in the Army, start serving, start doing the cool guy stuff and get that experience before I decided. Later on, I knew that once I joined, I could get some experience and then I could apply to become an officer later on. And that's exactly what I did.
Okay, thank you. And Captain Dacey.
Yes, I was unaware of the ROTC program or going to the academy and the process of that. So I did a community college, then went to a regular four-year university. And during my time at the four-year university, I became aware of the Officer Candidate School program from one of my professors. And after learning about the program, I was interested, did my research, and reached out to my local recruiter to learn more about the program.
All right, thank you. So walk us through the timeline from the day you committed to the day you pinned on your bars. What did the road actually look like? Captain Dacey.
Okay, so my timeline was roughly about 4 to 6 months. Around the time I was graduating college, I spoke to my local recruiter. He informed me of the board packet, the fitness test, and the application process to be for Officer Candidate School. I completed that, and then it takes about a month or two to get the results back, and from there, after the board reviews your file, they'll let you know if you're a go or no-go for Officer Candidate School.
And Lieutenant Kopp.
So I guess for me, I always feel like, so originally I knew I had my degree. I had my bachelor's degree before I joined the Army. So if I'm going to go all the way back, I would say I went to go speak to my local recruiter. Originally, I had in my mind I was going to go OCS first and apply for it. But then I spoke to my local recruiter and I realized I didn't really know that much about the Army. So I didn't want to start off being, that leader in charge. I wanted to get some experience in the Army first. So I applied, I joined the Army, knowing that later on I can drop my packet. Served 7 years in, and then there's programs you can do. So I applied through the OCS route as well as I did the active duty ROTC option, the scholarship option. The OCS route originally didn't pan out, but then ROTC did. I got my letter of acceptance, and I knew somebody who did go OCS route, and then I also got to do the ROTC route, and that was and then I got to go to college. The Army paid for me to go to two more years of college. I got my master's degree paid for by the Army and the GI Bill, and then I commissioned after that.
What's something about your path that people get wrong? An advantage that nobody talks about, or a hard part that nobody warned you about? Lieutenant Kopp.
So I guess kind of probably the part that people would probably get wrong about about that path is I feel like for the most part people really don't know about it. They think, hey, if you didn't join as an Army, if you didn't join as an Army officer, it's impossible to do it later. And in reality, if you have good leaders around you and you have to have a little bit of a drive, anyone can really do it. It's something you can do throughout your Army career. It's not something you should be scared about trying on. A lot of people shy away because they think it's not possible, and I'm proof that it is possible. So as far as I believe the question was something that was more challenging than you expected. For me, the more challenging part was, I guess, the application process itself. So I kind of expected it to be like like if somebody was going to help hold my hand throughout the process. And there was a lot of, I had to gather documents, I had to apply for colleges, you have to wait for colleges. And the whole part was really stressful. Honestly, looking back now, it wasn't that bad, but that was definitely the more challenging part, is just getting all the documents, everything together, which, like I said, is not. As far as the more rewarding part, the part that I really wish that I could communicate to soldiers is, I loved my enlisted side. I absolutely loved serving my MOS, serving with the guys, and I would not trade that enlisted time for the world, because I've been in the officer side now, and whereas this is cool, it is completely different, and I love to have that experience enlisted first.
Captain Dacey.
Yeah, I would say one thing people get wrong is that the application process they think is a quick turnaround, when in reality there's timelines set by the Army, and then you and your recruiter have to meet, and then you have to wait for results to be published before you even learn your fate. And then if you want to do it all over again, you have to wait another 6 months to reapply. One advantage I would say, though, is if you are accepted into the Officer Candidate School program, is it's a program that is all-encompassing from enlisted NCOs. So when you're actually at the schoolhouse, you get to learn from actual combat veterans, soldiers who have experience from anywhere from 5 to 15 years, and they're going to mentor you and develop you and lead you, versus ROTC, where you're just coming into the program as a 18-year-old, 19-year-old, and you're surrounded by others that don't really often have as much experiences as you would get at the Officer Candidate School from the more senior soldiers who have time in the Army. And then one thing I think people get wrong is they don't understand how strenuous the actual program is, because you're going straight from basic training for 3 months to Officer Candidate School for another 3 months.
If a young person came to you torn between your path and the one sitting next to you, what would you tell them? Captain Dacey.
I would recommend the Officer Candidate School program over the ROTC program for a few reasons. The main reason being is that the OCS program, you're going to be surrounded by prior enlisted NCOs. They're going to lead, mentor, and develop you, as long as older classmates who are going to be more mature and focused on actually wanting to become a commissioned officer. And the timeline is more short for the Officer Candidate School program. It's going to be 6 months total. That includes your basic training and then your Officer Candidate School to earn your commission. And once you complete Officer Candidate School, you'll go to your basic officer leadership course after that and arrive at your unit, depending on the timeline from your basic officer leadership course. And the OCS program is better, in my opinion, because you're going to be looked at higher than officers that went to the academy or ROTC by your enlisted soldiers, because you actually went through the experiences that they went through in basic training, and they're going to have more respect for you.
Thank you. Lieutenant Kopp.
So if someone was torn and they weren't sure what to do, I would recommend trying to do the green to gold path, right? So some key points about green to gold. So I had a degree when I was first joining, and I decided I want to start my career now. I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait 6 months. I don't want to wait a year or however long the OCS board is. You get to start getting into the military and doing cool things right away. You start getting that paycheck right away. Once you go into basic training, you still go to basic training, you get your MOS, and you start serving, and you get those bonding experiences with your fellow soldiers. You get to do, like I said, you do some really cool things. You get to work with leaders. There's so many aspects of doing green to gold where you're enlisted first before going to an officer that you just never get as an officer. You never get to experience, like I know quite a few officers that they wind up doing paperwork all day, or they have to manage, and they don't actually get to get down in the dirt, in the mud, and actually do cool guy stuff. And that's something you get if you go enlisted first. It also gives you that opportunity, like I got to go to the Defense Language Institute. That's something that as an officer, more than likely you wouldn't have the opportunity to do, where they taught me Korean. There's all sorts of things that I got to do first, and then later on, you want to drop your commissioning packet, you want to go the ROTC route or the OCS route. You get your leadership on board, and there you go. You can join and you have that experience enlisted, and then you can do the switch over. It's almost like the best of both worlds, honestly.
Thank you. Knowing everything you know now, would you take the same road again, Lieutenant Kopp?
Knowing everything I know, I would say I would. As I discussed earlier, I'm really glad I had that enlisted side before the officer side. So,
Captain Dacey.
I would take the same path. Granted, it's drinking from a fire hose at the Officer Candidate School program because you have 3 months to learn what ROTC learns in 4 years. But at the OCS program, again, you're learning from the senior enlisted who are going to mentor you, and you're going to go through the same experiences that your soldiers go through at basic training, and they're going to have more respect for you versus a young lieutenant who comes out of ROTC that's 22, 21, has no real world experience, and your young soldiers are going to look up to you more.
In closing, since you become an officer, is there a specific situation where you got to work with soldiers that was very rewarding? Captain Dacey.
Yes, so prior to becoming Adjutant General branch, I was a Field Artillery branch. So this experience that stands out to me most was being able to take over a platoon and being a platoon leader. I was fortunate enough to take over what would be the worst platoon in the battalion on a Friday and have to qualify them on a Monday. And it was rewarding to me to be able to spend those 2 weeks in the field with the soldiers who were looked down upon, the laughing stock of the battalion, because their past lieutenant did not know how to properly maneuver the firing platoon to be successful. And it was rewarding to be able to train these soldiers and for them to start looking up to their leader and learn the proper way to do things with a little guidance and a little support, and to drop their in-position ready to fire times from roughly 30 minutes down to under 10 minutes and become the best platoon in the battalion after their second certification.
Lieutenant Kopp.
So for me, I guess almost kind of in a similar vein. So I branched I went straight in as AG. I went straight in to take over the S1 officer in charge spot. And just similar, like when I showed up to the unit, the battalion I was in, the soldiers, they kind of seemed they seemed down on their luck. We were not the best battalion metrics wise, and just being able to work with them and lead them. I personally saw like a soldier go from like a very large unmotivated individual into very fit to the kind of person that I would use an example to inspire other people around me. And just being part of these soldiers' lives, like every single soldier I worked with, while I was that officer in the S1 shop, they almost like turned their lives around. It was really very cool to be part of that and be able to motivate them and keep them on that track to where I felt like I had the best platoon, we'll say, leading that battalion. We were definitely the best in the brigade. We went from like dead last all the way up to number 1, and that was really cool to be the leader of that ship.
If you have any questions about the Officer Candidate School program and want to learn more, feel free to reach out to your local recruiter and they can get you in touch with me. Again, my name is Captain Dacey, and I can answer any questions you have about the Officer Candidate School program.
And as far as if you're thinking about going enlisted first and switching over later, I have a breadth of knowledge about how you can go to green and gold at any point. Once again, my name is First Lieutenant Travis Kopp, and I'm fully willing to answer any questions.